Hello, everybody. Thanks for listening to Wake Up, Look Up, a podcast where we connect events happening in real time to the gospel of Jesus Christ. I'm Zach Wyrock. And in today's episode, we're talking about the Surgeon General. And we're asking the question, is science dead? And the answer is, not yet, but it could be soon. And here's what I mean by that. The Surgeon General, Vivek Murthy, is on a campaign to end what he describes as the number one health challenge facing Americans. Is it cancer? No. HIV? No. Heart disease? No. He says it's loneliness and isolation. In fact, he would say we are dealing with an epidemic of loneliness and isolation. In his mind, this is a quote, loneliness is equivalent to smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Is he right? Well, here's the thing. I'm not anti-science. On this podcast, we never want to be anti-science. One of the best ways the humans image God is in our rational and creative thought, both of which are on full display in the sciences. But the sciences have a role to play in society, and that role is not doing everything. When science moves from a discipline to a cosmology, to an answer for everything, then we have a problem. And the problem is that science begins to try to answer questions it's not equipped to answer. It tries to fix things that it doesn't have the right tools on its tool belt to fix. I agree with the Surgeon General that loneliness and isolation are a major problem facing Americans. I see that in my day-to-day experience as a pastor. I don't know if it's equivalent to smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Neither does he, by the way. There's no way possible to quantify that. We agree that loneliness and isolation are a problem. Here's where we disagree. He doesn't actually have any answers for that. Science can't speak to relational problems. Science can tell us that the human body is healthier when it's in community. We know that intrinsically, but that doesn't mean science has an answer. And actually, you know that the Surgeon General doesn't have answers when you look at the ideas he's offering. Literally, the U.S. government's answer to loneliness and isolation is for you to write a postcard to someone or for you to join social media. These are not answers. A postcard won't cure your loneliness, and social media leads to more isolation, not less. What this government should be saying is that while science can tell us we are healthier in community, science can't tell us how to actually find meaningful community. For that, we're going to have to turn somewhere other than the sciences. And the answer to that, it might not surprise you to hear me say, is that this is the role of the church. The church is the place that God has designed for you and I to find community, to find friendship, sure, but also accountability, encouragement, inspiration. It's the place where we go to hear the stories of God's faithfulness to others and to draw the conclusion that the same God who is faithful to them can be faithful to us. It's the place we go to find meaning and purpose as we live lives of service to one another and the greater world. It's the place we go to be served in our times of woundedness and desperation. Science needs to stay in its lane, and it's an important lane. It's a meaningful lane, but its lane is not everything. For relationship, for community, for an actual cure to loneliness and isolation, we need the gospel of Jesus. We need the church of Jesus. And the Surgeon General is trying to do his best with what he has, but what he has and what science has is insufficient to the task. So maybe let your doctor diagnose you, but let your church, your community group, your small group, your circle, your class, your friends, let them actually bring the cure that you need. Hey, thanks so much for watching this video. While you're here, we'd love to ask you to hit subscribe or to like so you get future content. If you listen to the audio version too, make sure you leave a review and a comment. That really helps. Consider sharing it on social media and helping us get the word out. And hey, while you're here, check out all the other content that Christ Community Chapel is putting out, including the videos that are around me right now.